It says we're live.
It lies.
Who's the crayons?
Right? We actually have a soup bowl full of crayons.
Why? There are no Marines in town.
All right. If you would like to donate here to keep the air conditioner running because, it's Texas in the fall, donate here. Every little bit helps keep the air conditioner running.
Yesterday morning, it was the heater.
And tomorrow morning, it'll be the heater again.
Yeah.
If you like coffee, these guys send us coffee. We like them a lot. You should probably patronize them. King Harv's Imperial Coffees, www.kingharv.com. They make really good coffee. Well, if you order from them, make sure you tell them that you heard about it from us. And I can talk today. I've had a bad day. This has been a bad day all day long. Among the Leaves Tees, tinyurl.com/Among the Leaves Tees for all your Starkey t-shirt needs. Again, friend of ours. If you order from them, let them know you heard about it from us.
And it's it's always fun living in tiny town.
Oh, yeah.
The weather is supposed to go to crap tomorrow. So the people that run the school moved the football game from tomorrow night to tonight and moved the homecoming parade from tomorrow afternoon to this afternoon.
Yes, because the winds will be high enough it might affect football kicks.
Yeah. In addition to what it will do with all the balloons and everything else.
But the important part is it might affect the kicking of the football. That's the important part.
Yeah. Hey, it's small town.
It's small, tiny town, Texas.
Yeah.
Are you saying that the kickoff should be a field goal?
Yeah.
It might be an own goal the way the wind's supposed to be.
Yeah, they're calling gusting to 70,
Yeah.
60 to 70 tomorrow. So,
That's normal.
yeah.
Football goes off, comes back, own goal.
Yeah. The other thing we got in the news this morning is one of our local tiny town hospitals is closing. Yeah, Texas and school sports, in other words, the Texas religion. Yes.
High school football is the closest thing to a state religion that Texas has, and it's about as illogical as one would expect.
Yeah. House might get dropped on a witch in Oz, but the game must go on. That is true.
As long as the weather does not affect the game, it's okay.
Yeah.
If it might affect points, we got to do something.
Yeah, flooding and lightning are usually not a good thing at an outdoor football game. Just saying.
I've seen worse.
Yeah, but that was 30 years ago. It's not today.
Right point.
Yeah. Quit looking at that. It's Speyside. It's peaty. It smells like dirt.
It's a limited release batch strength scotch from Speyside.
Yeah.
I don't know where it came from. It ain't leaving.
Oh,
Sure it is. We'll get a few glasses and it'll go out in the flat or out in the.
Yeah, go out through the sewer system.
Yeah. I would like everybody to take a moment this morning, though. Dave Weber's getting a hip replacement today.
Oh, is he then?
Yeah. So
That's been coming for a while.
if you would say a prayer for Dave, that he gets through the operation okay.
His wife doesn't drive him too crazy.
Normally it's the other way around from what I hear.
Yeah. Well, that's why she's going to get her revenge.
Oh God, Sharon's going to get even with Dave. Yes.
As long as he gets around better after the hip surgery he has been, I've been kind of seeing him at cons. I've been kind of worried.
Yeah. Dawn, I have seen you drink scotch. I know you don't like it, but
it
you
was
drink
free.
it. Yeah, it was free.
I think a lot of stuff is free.
Scotch is acceptable if there's nothing better.
Yeah.
Which means
I
Hey,
do.
if there's nothing else.
I have tended towards bourbon in my as I matured. I have tended towards bourbon from Scotch, but I still have a fondness for Scotch.
I'm a Scotch guy, so
I like Irish.
yeah.
I met up with Tom Rogdemy. Now I really like bourbon.
Yeah.
Good bourbons. I really like good bourbons.
Yes, Nancy. Hip and knee replacements are game changers.
Allegedly.
Yeah, most of the time for the good. Yeah. Yes, Don, we know you like free stuff.
Hey, everybody likes free stuff.
One thing about war, probably the only plus side to war is medical advances skyrocket.
Yes.
And one of the advances is in osteopedics, replacing joints and bone injuries and such. So joint replacements have gotten a lot better.
Well, joint replacements and prosthetics have got a lot. Yeah, bullet rye. Yes.
It's Bullet Rye is a good mixing
Yeah.
booze.
You talk about ryes, the Pappy, the Van Winkle stuff.
Mhm.
If you can find it, is apparently now well up over $1,000 a bottle.
I don't like it that much.
No, it
No.
used to be a $15 bottle of booze.
It used to be something you'd pour into a jug of rock candy and let sit for a while.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, emergency medicine in general, yes,
Yeah.
it's come a long way. I want to talk about something else though. This is something that one of my old pilots ended up as the president of Safran US, which is a French multinational that builds primarily aircraft interiors. They build the galley areas. They build some of the electronics controls that go into the aircraft. And about a year and a half ago, we were talking, he said they were going to buy a parts company, because they were having problems getting parts for CF56 engines, which is one of the newer engines out there. It's a fuel efficient engine used primarily on Airbus and Boeing. Well, article in the paper today, the engine shortages send newer jets to the scrapyard. People are literally taking 3, 4, and 5-year-old jets, primarily Airbus at this point, to Spain and disassembling them, taking the engines off, and putting the engines in the supply system, because after Safran bought the parts people and found out how many illegal parts there were in the system, they basically have gutted the supply system for engine parts, turbine blades, things like that. Well, Pratt & Whitney simply cannot manufacture enough to keep up. We don't have the capability anymore. Don't have the capability of building new engines. Rolls-Royce and GE obviously are not saying anything, but it's pretty much apparent they can't keep up either. So what we're faced with now is Spirit Airlines is apparently going bankrupt. People are lining up to buy their airplanes simply so they can take the airplane apart, take the engines off, and put them into the supply system. There's a company out of England that rents engines for $200,000 a month. That's where we stand. So you're going to take new airplanes, tear them apart, gut them, basically, take the engines off, and the engines go into supply. And the postman is here. A couple of things going out for you.
We got it here.
All right, man.
Let's see if we can't lose it.
Yeah.
No, we'll get it out and I will park it for 3 or 4 days.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
That's about standard.
It's horrible nowadays.
Terrible.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting to watch what happens, because all the airlines are betting on having the latest and greatest engines so that they get the fuel efficiency so they can turn a profit.
or so they can make somebody on the Carbon Tax Council happy.
Because airlines don't make a lot of profit. That's a common misconception. I had years ago one of the McDonnell Douglas calculators that I got from a friend that estimated the cost per seat mile for passenger jets. And the average cost was 7 cents per seat mile for, I think it was 120 seat aircraft. So they had to charge enough to make back that 7 cents a mile. Well, if you get a full airplane, you can do that. If you don't have a full airplane, you end up losing money. And this is why you see now the hub and spoke that most of the airlines went to. And you see them start dropping regional carriers or regional airports where they will not serve them because they can't make enough money. The only reason we have local service here from American is because of a trade deal with the state of Texas. If it weren't for that, we wouldn't have local airline service because they don't make any money. The only time they make money is when they've got a bunch of military kids transfer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, freight pays the bill and backs are for profit. That used to be true. Now it's with the advent of the 7-8 series 8 birds and the number of cargo carriers, it's less true than it was. There was a point where they would literally load cargo first, especially on the overseas flights, load cargo first, and then add passengers until they got to gross weight. And that ended with the advent of the dedicated cargo birds. Yeah, the packs bags were never lost. They were bumped for paying freight. That also occurred more than once. And it's happened to all of us at some point. Of course, sometimes your bags go places that you did not.
Oh, yeah.
More than once.
Yeah.
When you come back, you find out your bags are more well traveled than you ever thought about being.
Yeah.
And you're trying to figure out what countries it was in.
I went to Guam once and had my bags go to Australia. Yeah.
I've never been to Pacific Rim. I've never operated Pacific Rim, but man, my luggage has.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's going to be interesting in the next couple of years to see what happens. The estimated cost to supply disruption is $2.6 billion. How many years is it going to take to fix the engine problem? Nobody knows. Pratt & Whitney says they're years out, quote unquote, from fixing it. Don't have the manufacturing. Rolls-Royce and GE probably the same boat.
Well,
So I think you're going to see a cut in more services in the airlines.
like we need more cut.
Yeah, I want my flying cars. Jesse, do you really want flying cars as badly as people drive cars?
I want flying cars, but I don't want anybody else to have one. Wichita Falls traffic. I went into the gym today, leaving the gym, the traffic was the amount of stupid people trying to get into occupy my space.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
All the drivers in Wichita Falls are sane, sensible, and cautious, at least in comparison to the ones in Dallas.
I don't know. Today, I don't know about that.
Yeah, Todd, we were discussing that. To stand up an FAA approved shop, based on what I know, takes 8 to 10 years.
Well, you want to fix this? One, you're going to have to elect people into office that will actually do stuff and not kick the problems down the road until they leave office. Two, you're going to have to get corporations with boards that are less concerned about how much money they can make. And three, you're going to have to slash government regulations. The regulatory power of the government is way out of control.
Yeah.
They're regulating stupid stuff. They are. Every time some hippie comes up to me and tells me that the American healthcare system is what happens with free market medicine, I want to slap them.
Yeah.
There's nothing about the American healthcare system that's free market. It is the most overregulated system in the United States, bar none.
Except the insurance agencies, maybe.
Oh no, insurance agencies are the reason that one of the reasons the American medical system is so overregulated.
Yeah, because the insurance agencies default on any claim is denial.
Well, not only that, but the insurance agencies since Nixon have had a metric butt ton of influence in Congress to make sure they keep making money.
That's how we ended up with HMOs, is the insurance companies.
I was thinking that the insurance companies had all these regulations going in their favor, not that they were being regulated against them.
No, they did not like having to deal with individual hospitals.
Well,
They were corporate. They wanted to deal with corporate.
the simple fact that everybody knows you can't build a hospital where you want to, right?
Yeah.
In order to build a hospital, you have to conduct studies required by the government on various complete and total bullshit. And they're there for the insurance companies. You got stuff like EMTALA, which requires stuff to be done. That doesn't help the insurance company. It's just it's the free market. Show me free market medicine. Seriously, there's no part of the American healthcare system that's free market. And the next hippie that tells me that's getting slapped.
Well, there is the concierge medicine.
Concierge?
Concierge. That is a sidestep on the American medical system. Yes, the insurance companies wrote the Affordable Care Act
Oh, yeah.
because it benefited.
Well, they loved it. They loved that.
Yeah, but the concierge care, that basically is where you pay a fixed fee and you have access to a doctor 24/7.
It was up and coming there for a while, and every month you pay this doctor X amount of money every month or once a year, and then you can go in to see him at any time. That was the big up and coming thing, until the insurance companies decided it was eating into their profits. Then they went to Congress and sniveled, and now it's getting harder to be concierge medicine.
Yeah, but it still works.
It does
Yeah.
still work.
Yeah, Cadillac F1s, yes. Yeah, the medicine man on the reservation is still available. Oh, that's a good point, Rick. Patients are the product,
Yeah.
not the customer. The World War II bypass on wage freeze for the time, yes. Speaking of which, I can't remember her name now, the female Democrat that I heard this morning. Yes.
That doesn't narrow it down much.
Oh, we know that the people are hurting. We understand how all the people feel that aren't getting paychecks.
No, you
But
don't.
we're using this as leverage.
Please keep doing so.
I'm sorry, but how fucking stupid are you that you're going to sit there and say a statement like that, then put a but in it, which means everything you just said is a fucking lie, and say, we're using this as leverage.
Is this the same one that got on a talk show or some interview and said that people wanted to keep their money and that was bad?
Yeah.
Okay.
I wonder if she realizes that I think the Democratic Party is going to leverage themselves into a distinct minority in Congress next
Okay.
year.
Well,
Well,
we can hope.
There's enough stupid people that my grandpappy voted Democrat, my daddy voted Democrat, and I'm going to vote Democrat. Oh, so it's a family born illness. My bad. So
Well,
it's genetic. My
and
bad.
Grandpa and Daddy are still voting Democrat, even though they've been dead 10 years.
Right.
Yes.
Like the joke is, my father died, got buried in Chicago, so we can vote Democrat.
Oh. Man, we went down a freaking rat hole of ugly today.
Ooh, I've got rants stacked up, so I'm just being polite.
All right, go ahead. Your
no,
turn.
No. Well, yes, okay. I got a discussion on Facebook. I should probably stop being on Facebook. I don't know if y'all know much about hat etiquette in the Texas Panhandle. There's a lot of etiquette around cowboy hats, and one of the things is if you are a male cowboy and someone of the female side of the species puts on your hat, it indicates she has certain intentions towards your body. And it's I don't know if that happens anywhere else. It's in the Panhandle. Okay, so we're up visiting a friend in another state. He wasn't a friend at the time. He became a very good friend, a very dear friend. But at this, we were invited to a party, went to a party, and at the party, I can't wear a hat inside a house. I can't. The military knocked that out of me. So in the house, there wasn't a hat rack, so I put my hat on. This is going to be a long, involved rant, guys. Bear with me. Put my hat on a pile of coats. Look over, and that heifer, his wife, takes my hat and puts it on. And Rita was sitting next to me, and I thought that there was fixing to be a killing. And I realized that if Rita beats the wife, the lady of the house's ass, I'm probably gonna have to beat on the husband. It's just a rule. Which, okay, there are rules unspoken, especially on the male side of the species. We have a lot of rules, most of which we don't even know about. They're not written down. We absorb them. The ladies can't figure it out. Like the urinal rule. Every man on here knows what the urinal rule is. The women don't. And nobody ever told us what it was. We just know what it is. And the urinal rule is if you walk in a bathroom with 5 urinals, the actual number of urinals depends on which one the first guy takes. See, he knows it. So my brain
3 or 2.
So my brain squirrels took that and ran with it because that's what they do. So I wonder how much of transgender violence is based on the female side of the species not knowing male rules. And then when they start LARPing as a guy, break the rules and catch a disciplinary beatdown. There's going to be a blog post about this later today. For those of you, there is a video. It's pranksters in a gym who take a guy's hat. This kid walks up, takes a weightlifter's hat, puts it on. And the weightlifter says, "Come here," and slaps the crap out of him, takes his hat, puts it back on. And it was a good firm smack. Good smack. Now, for the young man, it was a disciplinary beatdown. He did something wrong. He knew he shouldn't have done it, and he caught a smack for it. And it hurt, and he won't do that again. If there had been a woman his size LARPing as a guy, eating that slap would have put her in the hospital. A couple of years ago, in North Texas, men have there is a social distance. If I don't know you, if I don't know Jim, there is a minimum distance a line where you're not allowed to cross. If you're a male and I don't know you, you stay there, okay, until I know you, till we get to, then you can approach closer. For ladies, an unknown man stays, for me, about 6 feet, 6 to 10 feet. An unknown woman, for me, can get closer, 3 to 4 feet. And other folks have, other gentlemen have different social distances than I do. I have a pretty big social distance. And like I said, it's about half that for unknown females. I don't know why. I don't know why. A couple years ago, there was a gentleman that was trying to con me, and to do so he wanted to get in close in order to start facilitating a rapport, because they work on rapport. Once they get a rapport with you, they can manipulate you. So he's trying, and I told him, I said, "Hey, dude, back up. I don't know you." And so he was working his pattern, and he got close. I said, "Hey," I said, "back up." And then he's working his pattern, forgets, got close, and I shoved him. It's just because he was right there. He was maybe 2 feet away. He was close enough that when I shoved, he was at this distance when I made contact, and then I shoved. And he went and landed on his ass. And I realized today, after I read that, if I'd shoved a woman that size that hard, she'd have pinwheeled across the floor. So my thing is if you're a woman, you don't know the rules. You don't. If watching men subconsciously sort out the pecking order in every social function they go to is fun to watch. It's when you start when you realize what's happened, start noticing you're doing it, it's really fun. But if you're LARPing as a guy and you don't know the rules, there are a lot of they're up here. I see it all the time. Strange women can get 2 to 3 feet away from a guy before it starts tripping. If you're a woman and for 20 years, it's been perfectly acceptable for you to get within 2 feet of a strange man. And then you're transgender and you decide to LARP as a guy, and you unconsciously get within that 2 feet and you're inside the 12-foot bubble and you get shoved and hurt. I wonder how many of those go down as transgender violence.
Oh, a bunch of them.
I'm not saying all of them do, but I wonder how much is women that don't know the rules, breaking a rule, not understanding the warning, and eating a slap or a shove, or in a bar, a beatdown. And then they wind up in the hospital and it gets entered as transgender violence. I wonder. I have to wonder about that. I really do.
And what makes it even more interesting is if you go overseas, the cultural differences. For example,
Yes.
Japan. They have no personal distances over there.
Arabs don't either.
Neither do Arabs.
And
So
what some of the European countries, like the Italians, call social distance, we call "you're in my face" and we're going to go to it.
So you have to deal differently with those people.
And I'm well traveled enough. Trust me, I'm well traveled enough that if I'm in Casablanca or Morocco, I know what the social distances are.
Yeah.
I'm not comfortable, but you're not going to eat a slap from me for getting inside my social bubble if it's normal for you.
Yeah.
This is the States. This is North Texas. If you're North Texas, you better know the bloody rules. Period.
Yeah. Boats, that's another one. Only certain people can call a man son.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah. There are, and like I said, most of these rules that I grew up with, I learned these rules from my cohort group, my peer group. I learned these rules from mentors, from watching my father, watching my uncles, watching my cousins.
Yeah.
That's how I learned the rule. Nobody ever sat down and said, don't talk to a guy at a urinal. Well, yeah, urinal, don't talk to the guy next to you. Nobody ever told me that. I found it through osmosis. There are a crap ton of these rules that we learn through osmosis. The ladies don't ever learn.
Well, as Don says, they have a different set.
Again, I don't know them.
Yeah.
If I try to cosplay as a woman, it ain't going to work. Trust me. I won't know what the rules are. Don't want to know what the rules are because y'all are weird. Soft, squishy, smell good, but weird. But for guys, and like I said, I've got to wonder how many of the so-called uptick in transgender violence is you took an ass whipping out in a bar parking lot for being stupid.
Yeah. Now, the other thing that a couple of folks have raised, science fiction conventions. How many people know the rules?
Well, and there's different
That's,
in every social environment. There are different rules.
Yeah.
If I'm in the this was the United parking lot. If I'm in the parking lot of United grocery store, you don't get within 10 feet of me if I don't know who the hell you are. If you're in a crowded convention, different rules, and the rules come automatically.
Yeah.
In a restaurant, the 12-foot rule is compressed. At a convention, it's compressed. In the parking lot, it's not.
Yeah.
In a crowded bar, Rita and I went. One of her co-workers wanted to do karaoke, so we went to a bar for the first time in Yoinks, and the rules are different there. But there are rules for guys and there's rules for women, and the guys in the bar all know the rules, and they're different than the ladies' rules.
And the rules in the bars are different than they are in someplace else.
Yeah.
Well, and it's just like the military. You know, the rules in the barracks, rules on ship.
Yeah.
Are different because of compressed space.
Mm-hmm. And on a ship, nobody's a stranger anymore. Well, they shouldn't be.
Yeah.
Again, acquaintances, it's if I don't know
Yeah.
you, 12 feet. Dude, 12 feet. If handshake distance, if we're getting to know or you're an acquaintance. Jim Sanford, much closer. Family, kith and kin, kith being a Scottish word for friends who are family.
Yeah.
Kith and kin are there is very little there's actually very little social distance for kith or kin unless there's an issue, and everybody knows what the issue is. When you have fucked up, we're gonna have a talk, you can stand right there. But different levels of social knowledge. If I know you from work, if you're family, if I know you from work, if you're a fan, the rules there's that the social bubble is a spectrum.
It's flexible.
It's very flexible.
The term "read the room," yes, it does.
And you will let people get away with things.
Men. I wrote an entire blog article on social beatdowns, educational beatdowns.
That was a couple of years ago.
No,
Was it?
that was a couple of months ago.
I don't know. I forget. But men, for the most part, if you're not a psychopath, you don't have problems. If another man breaks a rule, we will warn them. Usually there's 2 warnings, and they escalate. And then you eat a slap or a shove or whatever, or you get a finger in your face or knife hand. We usually warn because that's another thing. The young ladies these days have no friggin' clue how much stronger a man is. They don't. It is boggling to my mind that 20-year-old ladies don't have a friggin' clue how much stronger a man their size is than they are. It is shocking to me. Used to be their mamas and their aunts or whatever would, hey, and they'd see their brothers pick up stuff and go, damn, men are a hell of a lot stronger than women are.
Yeah.
There's not a 20-year-old woman on here or out there. There's not a 20-year-old woman anywhere doesn't regularly work out that's as strong as the smallest high school athlete by a big.
Now, Nancy, social beatdown, you don't use anything extra like soap in a sock.
No.
As Jesse said, that's educational beatdowns where you bring out the extra stuff.
Okay. There are three beatdowns. You've got the educational or disciplinary beatdown. You have broken a rule. You know what the rule was. You were warned. Continue breaking it. You get hurt, so it won't happen again. Then there's the beatdown that's for the social status beatdown, which is the beatdown that the guy doing the beatdown is doing it to gain status. You're getting picked for a beatdown because he wants everybody else to know what a big dog he is. That is where the soap and the sock tunes come in. Then you've got the terrorist beatdowns, which is a whole different kettle of fish. It was a joke. Sorry.
Yeah, Alan brings up a point too. He's Asperger's, so he doesn't have capability to read people.
Trust me, watching in bars, if you go to a bar,
Yeah.
you can see the warnings. Male warnings are not subtle.
But I can also see his point. Just tell him what he's doing wrong,
Yeah. No,
and he'll correct.
most mail warnings, mail threat displays, even Asperger's, it's like, hey, dude, knock that shit off.
Yeah.
You know what it's the ladies that their warnings are a little squirrely. Ladies warning that you crossed requires an instruction manual.
Ladies message that she's interested requires an instruction manual
No kidding.
Yeah, no shit.
and 2 extra observers.
No, the mail warning that you have crossed the line is not ambiguous.
Yeah.
It really isn't. When like the guy in the parking lot that was trying to con me, it's like, hey, would you stand back? Is that ambiguous? And it's like, hey, I told you to stand back, and then, bam. They're not ambiguous. You know what they are.
Well, it's like 5-foot rule in the jail.
Yeah, no
It's the
kidding.
same thing.
Yeah.
You know, when that hand goes out, you don't even have to say anything.
Mhm.
The inmates will immediately back up. Because
The,
they know what's coming next if they don't.
Now, threat postures in males tend to be more subtle, but displays are not. The displays, the human male threat display, which is how we handle 90% of our aggressive interactions, is through threat displays. It's throughout the animal kingdom, and the human male is no different than any other animal. We will display. We threat display. Even I do it. I like surprising people, so I try. But we'll display. Threat posture, on the other hand, where you're getting set to hurt somebody, tends to be a little more ambiguous, especially with me and folks like me. We tend to have a more ambiguous threat posture, but the displays are quite clear.
Well, it's not that you're ambiguous. It's just that you're getting ready. You don't want them to be expecting it when you smack them upside the head.
People don't see, and there's a reason that my threat posture is
I
this.
knew it was going
Yeah.
there.
The reason my threat posture is this is so people don't see it coming. Alan, guys, and especially around here, guys don't tend to be subtle.
Yeah.
We're not good at subtle. Brick, plate glass window, that's our subtlety.
Yeah.
Cowboys don't tend to be subtle. It's don't do that.
Women are the ones that are subtle.
Love them to death. Smell
And-
good, nice and squishy, warm at night. But damn, I need an instruction manual.
Yeah.
God forgot to give me an instruction manual on the late.
Yes.
Women
Just
are like bacon.
Is it-
Smells good, tastes wonderful, will slowly kill you.
Slowly or quickly, depending.
I'm good with that.
Yeah.
I could home tell Rita she's like bacon.
And the thing is that the differences are so extreme that none of us guys understand women.
Hmm.
And we're smart enough to know that, the
So-
average guy.
You take that, and now you take a woman LARPing as a man, live action role playing,
Yeah.
who's disguised as a man. We don't know. She's dressed as a guy.
Yeah.
She looks like a guy. She's not.
Yeah.
In the case, the lady that put the hat on, that put on my hat, it's like she didn't know it was a mistake, or maybe she did. With that one, who the hell knows? She didn't know that she was offering to have sex with me later.
Yeah.
And that with Rita sitting there, she's just insulted Rita. Boy, did she. But she was from a different culture and didn't understand. So,
Also, women are a lot more. Women can touch men.
Yeah.
And get away with it.
yes,
If a man touches a man, unless they know each other pretty well,
if a strange woman came up, put her hand on my chest, I'd be the hell, but I wouldn't stop her. If an unknown male stranger walks up, puts hands on my chest, we're probably going to be fighting. I don't know you, and you can get the hand slapped away.
Yeah.
At the very least, you're getting the hand slapped away. That's like I hate video pranksters. I really do. The crap they do is not fun. It's gonna get somebody hurt. Has been getting somebody hurt. Has been getting people hurt. But one of the ones is this one dumbass male that walks up in a hardware store, walks up and goes, "Oh," in some guy's ear, and I wonder why he got slammed on the ground. If somebody does that, I turn around, it's a lady. It's like, I'm sorry, do we know each other? I turn around, it's a Hispanic male. There's an ass whooping going on.
Oh, it's just like the one that got shot down in Florida,
Yeah.
for his prank.
Yeah.
And then he gets out of the hospital and says, "I'll do it again." Dude, you're going to get
Once.
fucking dead is what you're going to
They'll
get.
do it again once.
It's like what we were talking about Tuesday with pickpockets. Europeans are finding out they don't like trying to pickpocket Americans. We have a different response.
Well, we don't have a beaten into them, or we don't have yet. They're working on it, beaten into us that we need to, that criminals are just misunderstood.
No, they're not misunderstood. They're
Oh, I
fucking criminals.
That's a 26-year law enforcement career. I
Yeah.
understand criminals quite well. Thank you very much.
Yeah, the camera clown's another one.
Yeah.
That's some bitch. He's going to end up dead.
Engaging in organized criminal activity.
Yeah.
The guy filming it needs to catch the same charges because it's organized criminal activity.
Yeah.
But no, it was all over the media. This Hispanic male walk up and make it behind somebody in their ear. I mean, he was right there in their ear, and then gets picked up and body slammed. Yeah, and not seeing an issue here. You
Yeah.
don't do that shit. Woman did it. I'd want to know what that. Do we know each other? Guy does it. Fights on.
Now,
Rules.
let's turn it around. How do you write that if you're an author? How do you write those little sequences that make that a part of your story?
Right? What happens?
But to what level of detail?
Depends on your genre. It depends on you as a writer.
Yeah.
People expect a lot more violent details out of me than they would out of Cedar.
Yeah.
Um,
But how much of it can you put in the story so that your reader gets the implicit situation and or the violence?
depends how explicit you want to be.
Exactly.
Genre.
What genre?
If it's actually adventure, you need to be more explicit about what happens.
Yeah.
If it's a romance, don't write it. So I'm guessing you might want to be a little less explicit.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe some of the ladies get off on that sort of thing. I don't know.
Well, one of the things that I'm thinking of, you talked about the guy coming up behind another guy and moaning into his ear. And like you said, if it was a girl moaning into your ear, you might get away with it.
Do I
but-
know you?
Yeah. But if a guy walked up behind a girl and did that,
That's a good question. That's a good question.
seems to me like that's
I'm
liable.
betting a roundhouse slap.
Well, if the girl is the kind of girl that we grew up with, definitely a roundhouse slap.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is, he's likely to go to jail in this day and age.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, at the minimum, somebody did that to me. They're going, male or female, they're going to get an elbow back in.
if a
Because
guy
I'm going to back them off.
does it to me, he's catching a slap.
Yeah.
If a guy does it to Rita, he's probably catching a beat down. That it won't. I
Yeah.
mean, if he does that to Rita and I'm there, I'm probably going to disassemble him.
And again, it depends on location. Guys being a little obnoxiously forward with women at cons, because we know that the guys at cons don't have any sense.
Yes.
Yeah.
It gets iffy. I have just walked over and stepped between and nudged the side of the body because he isn't smart enough, and he was also drunk, so he didn't really have a clue how obnoxious he was being.
Some of them do it on purpose.
Some of
And
them.
the women didn't tell us in time.
Yeah, some of it. I'm not saying it's Alan, but there are some folks that use. And again, I'm not I'm not saying it's Alan, but there are some folks that use a autistic or Asperger's or autism diagnosis as an excuse to get away with bad behavior. We've known several of those. I body checked one over a railing a couple of years ago. But in North
Had
Texas,
we found out what he had done previously, he would have gone over.
in North Texas, most of the ranch girls around here have brothers and fathers and uncles. If a guy walks up to a ranch girl in a feed store, and he'll catch a slap, and then when she tells Daddy or Uncle Frank or her brothers, they'll probably go hunting.
Or like the
Educational beatdown. You don't do that shit.
the girl at Sonic.
No kidding.
And in this area, a feed store, the guy gets the roundhouse slap. She may not go tell Daddy. She may not go tell brothers or anything else, because there may be a little phone call behind the counter, and Daddy's here before she can get done finish slapping him.
No kidding. Tray of Doom. Yes, the serving tray of Doom plus 3.
Go ahead and tell the story for those that haven't heard.
Neva. That's the same lady that, or the same girl, college girl, that punched that guy in the gooch in the Walmart parking lot with a Comtech Stinger. One of the beautiful punches I've ever seen in my life. That was gorgeous.
Yeah, Don, that's
Pedro Pascal guy will get a social what? The actor?
Yeah.
Same gal? No, it was not the same gal. It's a different gal.
Same mentality.
Same mentality. The Sonic girl with that was after Katrina.
Yeah.
And it was a guy. He was an inmate on probation for sexual assault from New Orleans Parish. Got shipped here.
Yeah.
And he laid low for a bit and then just couldn't help himself anymore. So he went to Sonic and ordered a meal. And when the tar hop, who was healthy, brought his food, he reached out and got a hold of her architecture, and she hit him with his 44-ounce Sprite, and he got stupid, and she started smacking him with the tray. It was beautiful. Wham, 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 with the serving tray. And his butt walked him out the side and out the door. He came up with a knife because, he was a man. He didn't take that shit from no chick. And she froze. I think she was going to go ahead and smack him with a tray. And she froze when she saw the knife. And what he didn't count on was the construction crews that were having burgers at lunchtime, and who various witnesses described as Caucasian African Americans who were very tall and very short with brown green eyes and long, short, blonde, black hair, who surrounded him, took away his knife, told her that, we're on lunch break. Let's go, miss. And she tuned him up with that tray, something fierce. It was glorious.
And then he admitted to a number of things.
Hey, when the detectives got there, he solved several crimes because she beat him stupid and then beat the stupid out of him.
Yeah, there are actors who have been and will be a problem.
Pedro tends to be tism while assaulting women. He's starting to call. I saw there was something. It went around Facebook, and he was with a blonde actress, and they were all about how he was stimming and all this. And I thought because he puts his arm around her, and then she takes and grabs his hand. She removes and grabs it, and I thought that's not a comforting. Everyone was saying she's comforting him. That body language wasn't comforting. No. That was hands off, dickhead.
Yeah.
Right when he's feeling anxiety.
Who's this actor you're talking about?
He's the latest big. He's I think he's Spanish. Is he
Yeah,
Spanish or
Spanish.
Mexican? He's the latest it actor, or one of the latest it actors, and he's not bad. I like Antonio Banderas. If you need somebody to play a Hispanic male, Antonio Banderas does a much better job. He was Mandalorian. He played the Mandalorian, and he does a lot of virtue signaling, which makes me annoyed.
Yeah.
Jen Hast did a post a long time ago called "Dance Monkey Dance,"
Yeah.
which she gets
It's almost as famous as your Gunwriter's Cake.
"Dance Monkey Dance," the Gunwriter's Cake, and "Freedom is a Gun" by Major Caudle.
Yeah.
Are 99% of the plagiarized stuff on the internet. Jen did "Dance Monkey Dance" about, and the whole thing was about you're getting paid to be a dancing monkey, shut up and dance.
Yeah.
And an excellent post she did. And like I said, it's right up there with God of Civilization and the Gun Rights Cake as far as being plagiarized.
Yep. And the picture that gets plagiarized the most is our picture from Dallas
Yeah.
of the guns on the counter.
Guns on the table. Now, people weren't even born when that happened.
Yeah.
That's my gun there on the right. No, Zippy, unless your name's Jim Curtis, that ain't your gun on the right.
And we didn't even have all of them.
No. I refused to put one on the table until Jim and Kelly said, go ahead and get it out.
Well, after Matt and Johnny
Yeah.
unloaded 2 apiece, we didn't make them go for the third one. That's an interesting point, Dawn. She says, but there is a definite conciliatory form
Yes.
of continued contact as a woman when a man is touching a woman. Stop doing that.
I don't want you angry about it because you're bigger than me, stronger than me, you might hurt me.
Yeah.
And if young women had more daddies that would correct this shit,
yeah,
or brothers that would correct this shit, women shouldn't have to be conciliatory about it. They should. Don't do it.
Yeah.
I don't touch women that don't want to be touched. And you'll notice I am a hugger. If I know you and if you open your arms, I'll give you a hug. I also step back right afterwards. And if I don't know you, you don't get a hug.
Well, you know me, and thank God you've never tried
You're
to
a
give me a
guy.
hug.
I don't hug. Mm-mm.
You know, that brings up another point. The number of times where a parent, male or female, should have stepped in and taken care of a problem.
When I worked at
didn't.
When I worked in my first sheriff's office back in '93, it was understood among all the deputies that there were sometimes that we had officer discretion, and there were some times when you didn't need to make an arrest. That just we were told that arrests were at officer discretion in the state of Texas. A lot of them are not anymore, but used to be every arrest was at officer discretion, and that sometimes you just didn't need to arrest somebody. And that was pretty true if somebody got tuned up in a bar parking lot. It's like, I remember going in Amarillo when I was with the Organized Crime Task Force. And something I noticed was if you got beat down by 4 guys in the parking lot, or if you caught a fast-pitch vodka bottle to the head, or you caught a chair, it's like, hey, in the hospital, hey, can you tell me about the scuffle you had before being assaulted? That wasn't nothing. Some guy got mad at me about touching his wife, and I beat his ass. And then his wingman came in on an attack profile you didn't see. Don't touch unauthorized squishy bits.
Well, I'm talking more about the ones that are raping the females.
Oh, no kidding.
Especially the teenagers.
Mhm.
You know, why are they still alive?
Because as a society, we've decided that beating a rapist to death in some parts of the country is not done.
It works.
Oh, yeah.
You know, here in Texas, we've had at least 3 instances where the perpetrator has not survived.
Shiner, by God, Texas.
Yep.
home of my favorite beer.
And it was no contested. Grand jury did not indict.
Yeah, but that's the thing is that makes national news because in Texas the grand jury won't indict. Every place else it's automatic indictment.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know what we're talking about, Shiner, Texas, a farmer, had contracted with a guy to help on the, I think it was bringing in hay, and he contracted a guy to day work, paid him under the table like farmers do, and walked out to the bar and found this guy on his sub-teenage daughter, and proceeded to beat him in front of the pearly gates.
Yep.
And the grand jury went, "Huh, nah, we're not. There's not a crime here."
Or the guy that shot the dude down in Louisiana
Mhm.
on national TV.
Oh, why Gary? Why?
Yeah.
Gary Plock.
Yeah.
Plock. Gary.
Yeah.
That was famous. It was a guy had raped his son.
Yep.
Teenage or sub-teenage son.
Yeah, some teenage son.
Went to and fled Louisiana. Well, he got caught wherever else, and Louisiana was bringing him back. Well, Gary was waiting by the phone bank.
Yep.
Kids, ask your parents. By the phone bank, actually talking to somebody, and when the arresting officers walked him by, Gary shot him in the head.
Turned around, walked over to the front, went boom.
Well, that's the classic. The arresting officer knew Gary, small town.
Yeah.
And it was, "Why, Gary? Why? You couldn't figure it out, Skippy?
Yeah.
How long have you been a cop?"
Yeah, the dad that shot the daughter's abuser and is now running for sheriff. Yeah, the guy's under indictment.
Yeah.
But he's still running for sheriff. And I'm betting he will be elected.
It's Arkansas.
Yeah.
Hey, if he was running for election here in Wichita, in Texas, I'd
Yeah.
be voting for him.
First woman who popped a German dude. Yeah, she did it in the courtroom.
Yeah.
And boy, who hasn't you seen the video? That woman's got zero expression.
She did not care what happened.
22.
Yeah.
She put 6 rounds in his head, and she didn't care.
Yeah, it was a
Woo!
judge. It was a German judge. Yep. Unsubscribed did a great interview with his son. I've got to go find that.
Yeah, our Unsubscribed is a great podcast.
Yeah, the sheriff who shot the judge, claiming the judge is part of a ring abusing his daughter and wife. Yeah.
That's a good claim. I want to see. There needs to be some more
Evidence.
because
There's stuff coming out, but it shows up and immediately is buried.
that was in the judge's chambers.
Yeah.
And that if he had walked in and capped the judge, just walked in and shot him, okay.
Yeah.
But he said had been talking to the judge for a while.
Yeah.
That's
The
something not right there.
and then the other one is the whole Missouri, Kansas thing with the child courts,
Oh God.
which is a whole nother bag of worms.
How
wanna
bad
get
can the
into.
government? How bad can the government fuck things up? Well, here's the Kansas, Missouri child courts. You're going to see how bad the government can fuck things up.
Yeah. Anyway,
Isn't that CPS in every state?
This is worse than most.
yeah, this was bad. What do we got coming out writing wise?
I don't have a clue.
You're no fucking help.
No, not at all. I'm currently hip deep in stuff I didn't want to write, which I'm apparently writing. So I've got stuff in my head that's taking over the scheduling.
I'm pretty sure there's something coming out from Rack Press this week.
Yeah, it's Rack Press.
I know Cedar's working on a story. Alma's working on a story. I'm working on a story. Library Creatures is
Early November.
in finals right now. Uh,
You finished the Mailman anthology. Mailman?
hoping to have that one out before the end of the month. I'm not going to promise it. It'll probably be early November. So Panelist invites for FinCon are going out this week. All right.
Todd, just put me where you need me, okay?
Makaido's working on a story. That's great news.
Oh,
Marks and Mayhem.
yeah, Mercs and Mayhem, Halloween.
So there are things going on that are positive.
Todd, seriously, just put me on panels where you need me. If I will happily, when your panel email comes across my email, I'll happily open it, start making plans, and then my brain squirrels will drop a glow stick, and I'll never ever look at it again.
No, another damn survey. All right, fine.
Fill out the
Send
damn
it.
survey. What? I hate surveys. I get halfway through it, it's like,
RK, you have fun with that. Convention planning is about like trying to
Thank-
run friggin' cats.
thank God Jesse's on here.
Yeah.
Folks, Jesse works for Actor Press, so there's your, thank God Jesse's on here.
This Seagulls by Sam Robb is out full novel next week. 03 is out. Yeah, messing with surveys is always fun.
I get surveys, and I get bored halfway through.
Yes, Charlie out.
I get bored.
That always
I start
pisses them
hitting.
off.
I start hitting. Hey, board. C. Answer C. 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 C.
Yeah.
C.
What panel would you like to be? You know, it's
Todd, I don't care.
Todd. I'm not being sarcastic, but
I seriously don't care.
every time we fill one of those things out, we never get the panels we want anyway.
Todd, put me where you need me.
Yeah.
Okay. I've
Sure.
got at FinCon. I'm going to be working anyway, so just put me where you need me.
It might be wish sandwiches, but I'm gonna earn them. All right, folks, we've wasted another hour of your time, and
Oh, we have. Sorry about the rants.
yeah, we will apologize, but you know, there are days when we just need to get stuff off our chest. And you know, the airline thing, the reason I brought that up is, you know, you may not see that in the mainstream media, but it may impact you as you start to travel for the holidays. So I'm just trying to raise people's awareness.
Todd, you asked for it. Who asked for what, Todd? I asked for a survey. I'll guarantee you I never asked for a survey.
Yeah. Anyway, folks, hope you like them. We never see the likes anymore because we're
Nope.
doing this on StreamYard.
StreamYard's the only way that we can reliably get on YouTube.
Yeah.
It's
And have guests.
It's weird because if we try to do this directly on YouTube, there's about 1 out of every 5 it fails.
Yeah.
We have never had a failure on StreamYard,
Yeah.
which goes to YouTube.
Yeah.
We'll put you on panels. Okay.
Everybody have a safe weekend. Yes, please. We do want to see you back next week. And working on getting a couple more guests. So
He's saying you were going to put you on panels, or he's going to put you in front of a panel van at speed.
either or.
Free candy. Okay.
Yeah.
I want to see a candy this time. I'm not getting fooled again.
Remember, folks, don't sweat the petty stuff. Don't pet the sweaty stuff.
Y'all be safe.
We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.